This video is going to show you how to farm the weekly featured Grandmaster Nightfall completely solo. One thing before I go into this information, for those that have not gilded their Conqueror seal yet on purpose and still have selector node, you have access to the best farms in the game right now. You should be farming other GMs like Inside Terminus and Warden and Nothing, and you will have access to this until Edge of Fate. For other players that stupidly gilded their Conquerors, I'm sorry, you've lost the best farms in the game. Reflect on what happened this season which is gilded, and never gild your Conqueror Seal early again. Always gild Conqueror Seal last week of the season. Remember this video. When you're in Edge of Fate, Grand at the end of the season, always remember, when GMs come out, don't hand Triumphs in. What you handing them in for? It's OCD, that. Get rid of it. Okay, but we're going to do weekly feature GM because since everybody has access to this. I'm going to go over the basics and I'm going to tell you why you should be farming activities in this game that revolves around exotic engram and exotic armors. First and foremost, it's Arc Surge. This is very important. You want to spec around Arc Surge this week. Very important that you do this. Arc Threat is also on. Champions are Overload and Unstoppable, and it's Hypernet Current. A couple of the GM mods not even worth mentioning. Alright. Why you want to farm exotic armors is because there's going to be some exotic armors that are not going to be obtainable in the same way when Edge of Fate drops, and there's going to be some rules that are going to be harder to obtain, and it's a bit of an issue. Don't be the guy without the rules is what I'm saying to you, and I'm going to quickly go through. Not going to go through all the stat distributions because that would take too long, but what I'm going to say is the exotic armors on Warlocks. I'll cover that. If I do a GM farm on Hunter and Titan, which I will anyways, I'll cover the exotics that you want to focus on. Right? Because this is dead important, this. Now, don't be the guy in Edge of Fate that's complaining, saying, I don't have the role, I don't have it. Well, you were told 2-3 weeks before. It's not our fault. Bungie needs to roll this back, but they're not gonna. There's not enough time. So in the meantime, there's some roles, there's some exotics that you want to be focusing on. Let's go through it. Skull of Amkara, no. Crown of Tempests, yes, because it's fantastic on both Arc and Prismatic Lock. I Have Another World, whilst he's good, much better options than this one. Nezarec Sin's a sleeper exotic, fantastic, and might be very good with ability regen in Edge of Fate. It's a good exotic. Stag, very good sleeper exotic, especially on day one contest difficulties. On anything. I'm not talking raid, I'm talking more maybe dungeon based, but Stag is very good. Verity's Brow, no, I don't like it. Apotheosis Veil, yes, a very good exotic on what it does, but it might not be in the meta next season, but it's always a good exotic to have with a good stat roll. Astrocyte Verse, no. It's too hard for people to use. I can use it very well, others can't. It's no good for you. Felwinter's Helm's getting a rework and he's going to be very good next season. Make sure you got a roll. Dawn Chorus, yes, unbelievably yes, because there's Solar Artifact mods next season. Dawn Chorus is unbelievably good in the game. Although there's going to be some Ignition reworks that might affect it. Fallen Sunstar, no. Crown Tempest is better than Fallen Sunstar, although there's the Edge of Fate situation where some exotics are featured and some aren't. So bear that in mind, but Crown Tempest is overall a better exotic over Fallen Sunstar. Cenotaph Mask is more fireteam gameplay stuff. Speaker's Sight is unbelievable in the game, make sure you got a roll. Sunbraces, make sure you got a roll. Canstein Armlets, very amazing exotic, make sure you got a roll. Winter's Guile, no, unless they rework it. Aeon Souls, no. Ophidian Aspect is PvP. Claws of Amkara is okay, but the Spirit of Amkara is much better than this one. Like for prismatic builds. Controverse Hold might be good on a Grenadier build next season, so we need to keep our eyes on it, but it might not be as well, because Void Grenades don't do much damage, although they are buffing certain Void Nades. Getaway Ice is unbelievable in the game, make sure you got the roll. Necrotic Grip, make sure you got a roll, it's an amazing exotic and it's poison. One of the best exotics in the game. Nothing Manacles is on the featured Edge of Fate exotics, but Scatter Grenades aren't very good in the game. Even with the 15% buff I think they're getting, doesn't matter, it's still not going to be enough, so I don't see Nothing Manacles playback loop there, unless there's some way that it is good. my radar's not on this. Osmiomancy is very good. Baladros, Wrath Weavers. The problem is with this is that the Stasis Super is not very good. So unless they buff Stasis Super on Warlock, then it's good. If not, it's not very good. Winter's Wrath's not that very good. If you're using it right now, it's just because you're wanting to have fun. It's not because it's good. Don't be taking that into the raid. Come on. Briarbind's very good. Make sure you get a roll. Starfire Protocol, make sure you extra got a roll on this. It's one of the top priorities to get a roll on this because of what's going on next season and the buff. Wings of Sacred Dawn's getting a massive rework and will be a meta pick because of the ease of use and the survivability that's going to happen to Wings. Make sure you got a roll. Best Bay Radius, make sure you got a roll. It's always good. Sanguine Alchemy's getting nerfed because of the switches, the not swap switches, but you still need to make sure you got a roll because it adds more surges and you get the plus 10% bonus from what it does. Chromatic Fire is just for you when you're messing around when you're bored on Destiny 2. Other than that, Chromatic Fire is not a good exotic. Phoenix Protocol is always something that you want in the back pocket in case we need Well of Radiance and you maybe need to spam it for some reason. Phoenix Protocol, yeah. Storm Dancer's Brace is too awkward to use with Storm Trance that are far better exotics than this, although the damage buff is nice, far too awkward in the game. Mantle of Battle of Harmony, whilst it's a good exotic, it's for when you're messing around in the game. It's not a meta exotic, it's just when you're messing around. Matiodoxia is good. It's maybe not meta, but it's close to meta. It's on the outside cliffs of meta. Make sure you got a roll. Rhymecoat Ryman is meta, make sure you've got it. It's very powerful. Transversus Steps, no. Lunafaction Boots, it's a team-based exotic. Make sure you got a roll, but it's not a high priority, you know. Geomag Stabilizer is a high priority. Make sure you've got the roll. Because of the Edge of Fate armor rework, try and get a super-based one. Promethean Spurs getting a rework, so don't just keep deleting this exotic. Once you get a good roll, keep it, because there's a rework going on with it and it might end up being good. Boots of Samler's getting a rework as well, but again it's team-based exotic. Sacred Filaments, it's alright, it's good, yeah, but I mean it's good, but as you know, the Spirit of Filaments is better in my opinion on the Prismatic. I wouldn't just use Sacred Filaments like this unless there's an exact need. So it's not on my radar too much. It's not on my radar massively, but I already have a roll on it, so I'm not really fussed. Rain of Fire is an amazing exotic, make sure you got a roll. Swarmers, I mean, we're not going to be in a massive... I mean, yeah, they are Justin Weaver's call, aren't they? So, Swarmers is good in the game now. It's not meta... I mean, it's close to meta. Like it's similar to the other exotic I mentioned. It's outside of meta slightly. Just make sure you got a roll. It's not terrible exotic. It's above average. And Slipstream, obviously, that's different. So you've had your breakdown of exotics. It's just a generic thing. And you can focus your ghost right now with the stat distributions that you want on that. Too much information to talk about stat distributions in this video. I've got a solo GM to do. And this is what was on about. Remember, it's Arc Surge, so this is more of a direct video saying this is what you should use. Don't deviate from what I'm telling you in the video. Just run the dim link and you'll have a success with it. There are other things that you can do, yes, but we want ease of use and good runs, repeatable runs on the GM. Here's the build: Chaos Reach, Heal and Rift, Flashbang Grenade for Unstops, Electrostatic Mind, Ionic Sentry, Fragments are Spark of Shock for Jolt, Spark of Frequency for more bolt charges, Spark of Resistance for damages, Spark of Ions, which does stack double twice with Electrostatic Mind. I know this because I've tested in the past. Weapons, any kinetic tremor weapon of your choice or any good kinetic primary that you like using. Any kinetic tremor weapon, though, is recommended. Cloud Strike is a hard recommend in this. It's not off meta at all. Because it's Barrier Sniper, this weapon is very useful to you for the final boss, makes the final boss very easy, makes champs easy as well, because it puts out good damage. It's Arc Surge, etc. Obviously, it's Barrier Sniper anyways. Watchful Eye is a hard recommend with Power Resolve. This will stun Overload champions, Unstoppable champions, and it will stun Overload champions. So this will stun two styles of champs for you. Geomag Stabilizers is a massive recommendation for this. Don't deviate from this. Use this. Here's the armor mods. There'll be a dim link anyways. Artifact mods. Those are the artifact mods. I'm not going into it too much. Big thing is limit break. It's a 30% buff on the table. Do not let that go. You need that buff, right? Because it buffs with Arc Surge, it buffs with GMAG stabilizers, and all that sort of stuff. The reason why I did not run Delicate Tomb is because there's no need to run this in Hypernet, because you need good damage against the boss, and well, you don't need it, but it's just favourable. I'm recommending Cloud Strike because you need precision damage. Let's go back to school, everybody. Is Delicate Tomb a precision weapon? Yes or no? If you answer yes, then there's something wrong. This is a fusion rifle. Good on unstops, yes, but we want nice damage against the boss, and that's what Cloud Strike's on. Not only that, it does very sizable amount of damage to champs. So I'm not saying Cloud Strike's better than Delicate. What I'm saying to you is Cloud Strike's very good in Hypernet, in the Tormentor section, at the final boss. It's favourable. We want good precision damage. This weapon fulfills the role. It's very good on that. It's just a nice loadout. Very easy to replicate this solo. You should be able to, because obviously I'll be making the commentary with it. That was information on this. On with the run. Okay, so in this run there's no messing around. If you watch the entire video, you will be complete. And this week you'll be able to solo this Hypernet over and over, or apply the strategies to your LFG teams or your clan teams, which you can do that and coordinate with your teams accordingly on all the tips. So I'm going to get a flashbang in middle. That gives me my Ionic turret right away. Then we're just going to go to the stairs and then just start dealing with some of these dogs. The goal is a super, which we're getting our super rather quick. Yeah, that's no Delicate Tomb, that. And we're still getting massive amounts of super. Yeah. Then what we're going to do is get rid of the remaining dogs. So we ran past the original Cabal enemies behind me, who's firing at me. You don't need to kill them. Just run past. But I do recommend killing these snipers because, I mean, you may as well. It's going to keep you. It's going to get you super for when you want it against the unstop. Because the strats are all woven in together so that you get your super just in time. So yeah, we're just going to snipe these Cabal enemies, which we get that storm grenade. It's like a storm grenade pop on a crit is Cloud Strike. You think of it like that, you get a storm grenade for every crit against an ad. That's crazy. So it's crazy good on ad clear, and it's crazy good for champ damage, and it's crazy good for boss damage. It's doing everything you want in this GM. Very good. Right, we get a turret down in middle. Make sure the turret's right on top of that unstop. You only get the arc turret will only stun an unstop on cast, not after that. Then we'll get a flashbang on the second unstop, and then it's all sniper damage. And then if you don't one cycle like that, that's fine. We're just going to back up a little bit and then get the stun with the machine gun because of power resolve. We do get weak, yes, but we're relying on the procs ward. Yeah, because I'm going quicker. None of the Minotaurs are killed, so I'm going to have to manually kill a Minotaur because I went rather quick there with that little segment. So if that's the case, kill a Minotaur to get a relic. Right, now you're going to do this skip. Yep, we're not messing around, we're not doing anything unnecessary. Everything in this run is done for the run. Everything's all within reason and necessary for the run. Nothing is wasted. No, not really any wasted movement at all or anything like that. We're not going off meta in any capacity. This is for people to replicate or like solo or use the information for your clan, which for years people have used my videos in their clans and said, oh, watch this video, oh, we know all the ad spawns now we can coordinate our team. So you can do that. It's not just apply. This video does not just apply to solo players. It's just tips about Hypernet and how to do it, you know, within the context of the run. So now we're on top cliff. Top map control is important. Use both your arc turret and a flashbang grenade and LMG the rest of the snipers down. That's exactly what you want to do. If there's a Hypernova Bane, then focus them. Whatever Bane, if it's a Drain Bane, definitely focus them. Right, you'll get an arc turret back, so keep spamming it. Get it a good arc turret in middle. Now you're going to take out of snipers and Centurion. There's a portion of ads that you need to kill, but you need to keep juggling Cranium. The rule for Cranium is around about 5 to 10 seconds. You need to keep picking it up, lest it despawns. This will speed up your run significantly, so get used to doing this juggle. If you're not comfortable, what I would suggest is maybe do maybe kill an ad, pick up relic, kill an ad, pick up relic. Do it like that. That'll be fine. It's well worth you doing it like this, because then you can use cranium on the. Look at this though. Torment is immune, so you should probably wait. What was that? I actually lost some cranium damage because of that. So that was annoying, but that's all right because I have that much damage in my kit. It won't matter. But what I would say is wait a few seconds after Tormentor spawns so that your damage is not immune. This is next location. You can super this Tormentor and do everything you want to him. This is a good place to stand. Take note of this. He will not grab you. I showed you this 2 weeks ago and I'll show you it again. Look, now we curse reach. We flashbang myself. That's fine. I could see through the white. I could look at that damage with curse reach with Arc Surge. That's Arc Surge, Limit Break, Geomags. Get the Tormentor finishable. Within finisher HP. You can't finish him, but get him 10% left. Yeah, use your curse reach on him. It's better like this. Then the unstop. Coax or round up the unstop. For me, he jumps up. He might not jump up for you, but if he doesn't, stun him with the LMG. Then use, look. Then use a Cloud Strike. Boom. He's finishable anyways. So you can finish him and get ammo back. Because it's a dreadful finisher. Right? We're 5 minutes in. That's it done. So this little encounter, the first 2 encounters, should take you about 5 to 6 minutes. No more than that. And this isn't going quick. I'm not stressing the run too much. I mean, I'm doing all the necessary moves. That's what I would say about this. Is I'm not like, messing around, going to do this or do that or use off meta. Everything's done coordinated. I'm going to come back to this location and DPS the Tormentor. Get your crits. It's rather easy to get your crits from there, but he is awkward at times. Because of a Tormentor's body movement, it's hard to get his crit sometimes, and he's annoying. But if you stand where I just showed you, you'll have a better time on all builds this week. I will stand there on Arc Titan. I will stand there on Prismatic Hunter. Whatever I'm playing this week, I'm standing there. That's my place. I found it. I was the king of the castle with that. So you listen to me with it. Do that. Because you can super him. He won't grab you. It's an AI manipulation. I discovered it. Not that it's a big deal or anything, but it is handy for players who are struggling with Tormentor. Right, now we're going to snipe. Snipe the back, Phalanx and Centurion because they hide if you don't. Get rid of the ads at the back of the map. Work from the back of the map to the front of the map. Because the front ads will not hide. The back ads will. Look at them snipes. Those critical snipes have sped this up. Just because of doing that. Then we work on the front ads. Don't use anything yet. We're getting close to super. That's nice. So I can strategize now. Now we're going to get a stun with LMG. Then we'll go in with some Cloud Strike. It's fine. We'll get another stun. I've got plenty of machine gun ammo. So we're not fussed. Finish him off. Now, I've got a super to use. So you can use it on the last unstop or the second to last. Up to you. Let's see what I do. I'm going to get an arc turret down. Because remember, it stuns unstop only on cast. It will not continually stun and unstop. That's how it's meant to work. That's not bugged. Everything with arc turret now works perfectly. There's no bugs with arc turret. I think people still think it's bugged in some fashion. It's not. It works as it should right now. But remember, it only stuns unstop on cast. It's hard to control that. But if there's one unstop alive and no ads, it will stun the unstop because it targets the unstop. But if there's loads of red bar ads, then you might get unlucky. That way you whip out the LMG if you get bad unluck that way. Success for stun and unstop with arc turret is to get that arc turret on the body of that champ. That's your biggest success of stunning the unstop via the turret. Because obviously we haven't got a weapon to stun unstops on, but that's not too much of a problem because you got flashbang on. Well, we have machine gun, power resolve. I get a finisher kill here to recuperate special ammo. We're back to 16, 235 on LMG. Ammo's medium, not too bad. We have more opportunities to get much more ammo. And this runs actually ammo efficiency because of what's coming up in a few moments. Right, this is what you're going to do. Take out 1 or 2 blights with your weapon. With whatever weapon you're using. And then what you're going to do is use the relic. Don't use the relic right away. Relic will not disappear until you pick it up. So it will stay on the ground. Don't pick it up. Once you pick it up, you need to juggle it. If you lose the relic, you'll lose a lot of time on this actually, so don't lose the relic. Once you pick it up, commit. Don't need to kill all the sounds. Sounds will despawn once all blights are taken out. So look, you're going to tap fire that relic. Get used to tap firing it. Don't hold it down the entire time. Let the ammo go further. I've got a few more things to say about the relic. I'll say about it in a minute. Right, take out those and then run. There might be an orb in mid, there might not be, doesn't matter. Run to your amplified, because the arc turret will make you amplified. So you can speed boost past the ads, come to that location, take down the blights, 100%, done, finished. 3 relics on the floor, 2 disappear, 1 stays up because it's bugged, whatever it might be. Pick up the final relic that is still available, and then you're going to take it up the elevator with you. You're going to destroy the taken blight. That will despawn all taken stuff. You cannot skip this checkpoint. According to belief, people thought that you could skip it, and you used to be able to skip it. You cannot do that when you're solo. Only in a fire team can you skip this, where you have one person stay back, the other guy uses a skimmer or sparrow flies, etc. Forget about all that. Solo, you have to sparrow because you are solo, and there is a checkpointer marker needed to be hit on the sparrow section, so you must do this in this exact way. I don't want to hear about you can skip checkpoint. Only in a fire team can you do that. That allows 2 team members to skip, 1 stays back. That is the exact information about it. I don't want to argue with you about it because I know what it is, because I make my business to know about what it is. Right, you're going to sparrow all the way to this section. Now you're going to get rid of the Minotaur if he's still up. Now you can shoot the taken blights from a distance, look. So you can start to multitask that. We're going to take out some to the right, some to the left. For every overload there is a sniper. Try and take the sniper first, yeah, if you want, and then deal with the overload. It's up to you. That doesn't really matter. The first overload, we're going to deal with our machine gun, though, because we've got overload in our machine gun. But you can double stun him if you jolt him, and chances are you should have watchful eye with jolting feedback. So jolt him first. That will guarantee 2 stuns on the overload, not 1. So say, for example, you lower in power and you do less damage to the overload, then you'll guarantee the kill because you'll stun him a second time. By the time that second jolt stun is done, you will then have enough damage to kill him regardless of power level. This only applies if you have a jolting feedback watchful eye, and that is the exact reason why you should only use a jolting feedback watchful eye. No other roles should be considered. Kill and tally, no. Get rid of that stuff. Only jolting feedback should be considered for the machine gun. That is why that's the only machine gun role I've been using all season, because it's highly curated to what I'm doing solo, and it's very valuable for overload champions. Alright, so we'll stun champ, we'll jolt him. We won't just stun him, we'll do extra shots to jolt. The visual indication will show you that the overload is jolted. Then you'll do more damage with the relic. We are buffing the relic up. The relic is getting buffed by 2 things. Arc Surge is on this week. This is the easiest week to ever do Hypernet solo because your arc craniums are buffed by Arc Surge, because a cranium is counted as a weapon even though it's not in your loadout. It doesn't matter. Arc Surge buffs craniums. Take note of it. Just like the Arc Surge buffs spears in Battleground GMs that I discovered, how many weeks ago was it? 12 weeks ago? However many weeks ago that was. Same thing applies. Arc Surge buffs relic on an Arc relic in a GM. In this case, cranium. Easy week. It's free. Take it. Even if you haven't soloed this week, this is your like if you've never soloed Hypernet, this is your time. This is your time to do it. Your time to shine is now. Best time ever for all builds, because all builds can pick up a cranium. Right, we're going to get an arc turret down at the back end of the snipers. Alright, and then we're going to take down the captain with the LMG. Don't let that wall hit you, because the walls do hit you hard. You'll be surprised. They hit you quite tough. Look at the arc turret. It took care of all the snipers and the captain. That was nice. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mixture of 2 strats, so then I can let you, the viewer, make your own mind up on what you want to do. This is the ground strat. Ground strat is quicker because all the ads collapse on you. It's quicker, but it's harder for some players. This is what you would stand if you do ground strat. So I'm clearing some of the ads. I'm getting rid of some of them. Got arc turret in middle. Now once those initial ads are taken care of, now I'm going to show you top strat. So top strat, You can use craniums as well and take them up there. I'm not going to, just because of the nature of my build. But if you want to just stun an overload, pick a cranium up, you can do that. But I'm going to stun with LMG. Then I'm going to case reach one of the overloads. You can stand up here. There's no turning back zones. It's okay. So, yeah, we've done one. And cancel your super as soon as it's done. When you're using case reach and you're done with it, cancel it. Because that super you get back is sizable. You might get a third. You might get half. You might even get more than half if you do case reach super cancelling correctly with Ionic Trace and Electrostatic Mind. If you do it, if you time it perfectly, you get half your super back or more. I've actually gotten more than half once. In past weeks, I've tested this. Chaos Reach super cancel after it's complete. After the uses of it are finished, you can cancel it and then finish a champ off with your gun if you want, because they're jolted anyways. So you can get them finishable and then finish the champ, etc, etc. Right, now we're going to take out the remaining acolytes with whatever you want. I'm low on machine gun ammo, so I'm starting to prioritize a little bit more primary, yeah? And I'm thinking about super, but I don't want to use super on the ogres, but I could have done. You could super the ogres for sure. But that would mean you might not have your super for wave 1 of the final boss. So what I would say to you is maybe not super the ogres. Let the cranium do the work. So get to 30%, 38% rifts. Don't get to 50. The trigger for unstops is 50. Not unstops, but taking ogres is 50%. 50, 5-0. So get here. Then take out your rift to get to 50%. Now what I could use an arc turret, but I don't need it. Make sure you've definitely got an arc turret up for first wave of boss. Now look at this. This is actually bad RNG. A little bit bad movement as well. Both the ogres pushed me off the map nearly. Never had that happen before. I should have crouched. So it was a minor mistake that I made that nearly caused a wipe. I nearly floated to my death. Make sure you crouch up there. The ogre's got a good line of sight on me and blasted me off the map nearly. Never had that happen. That's what's good about Destiny 2. Sometimes things happen to you that's never happened before and you're like, damn, after hours of gameplay, I've never seen that. Hey, things happen. Alright, both ogres all the ogres are killed anyways with cranium. And there's more craniums to pick up. So if you run out of a cranium, you could have picked up another one. Just bear in mind the cranium might be in mid and the taken ogres might be in mid as well. So, don't try and pick a cranium up to die. You snipe them down if you want. Look at your ammo, manage your ammo. You should have plenty of special. Yeah? I haven't got lots of machine gun ammo, but that's fine. You do want a bit of special going up there. So, the thing about Cloud Strike is very good on ammo capacity. Look at that, 36 for a sniper. That's tons. For a sniper rifle, that's tons. Make sure you got at least 20 ammo, I would say. 20 ammo for boss damage is sufficient. At least 20 or above. If you're rocking 0 ammo going to the boss, that's a bit of a loss. But some of the ads may drop you special, so you should be alright. Just manage your ammo accordingly. Right, this is where you want to stand. Pick a cranium up with you. Yeah, we're doing it. Everything's necessary in this run. We're not doing anything that we shouldn't be doing. Like I do in other runs. Sometimes I'll play mini games with myself where I won't do certain things to make the run harder. No, in this run, we're making everything as easy as possible for you. I'm giving you first class service here. This is where you stand. Stand behind this pillar. Do not let the boss see you ever. You're playing hide and seek, but you're hiding in a different dimension. Pathanios doesn't know where you are. Get a stun with arc turret. Get that arc turret near the body of that champ. Then you're going to use the arc turret with your rift to clear out the remaining Centurions. If there's 4 or 5 left, use a flashbang. That incapacitates them. Clean them up with your primary or sniper. Up to you. Boom, done. Phase 1, easy as pie, right? Now what you want to do is use an arc turret. Make sure you either bolt charge or amplified. Bolt charge or amplified will give you limit break. Jump up in the air. Your super will not bypass the shield very well. Make sure you get up in the air and super his nose, because his nose is protected by his shield. Get up in the air. No excuses. and make sure you got amplified bolt charge. Now it's all cloud strike damage. Look at that damage. Easy as easy. Look at this. This is why we've got it on. We're procking lots of bolt charges, lots of arc storm clouds on them. Melt. That's a melt, that. 1 minute, 1 to 2 minutes melt. Phase 1 done. Alright, now I'm looking at ammo. Lowish on LMG. I'm going to do a bit of kinetic tremors. Yeah, that's the thing. When you're low on ammo of a certain archetype and you're using a primary, make sure that damn primary is a good one. I'm using Blast Furnace because I'm in a Blast Furnace mood. I have been for the last 2 weeks. So I've been using a bit of Blast Furnace. I might, once I get off this mood of using Blast Furnace, I might go back to a different primary. Or this primary, or that primary. But make sure you're using a damn well rolled primary for solo GM. I don't want to see you with rubbish. If I see you use Grid Skipper, I'm blocking my video. You can't watch my videos anymore. I'm very disappointed. If you use Grid Skipper, there's trouble amidst. It's my most hated primary in Destiny 2 to ever happen ever. It's the worst archetype of primary in PVE Destiny 2 ever to ever grace this game. I mean, look at Blast Furnace. It's a very strong pulse rifle with a fantastic frame. Grid Skipper, no. If you're using Grid Skipper, yeah, I fell out with you, and I don't want to talk to you about it. And I'm not telling you why. Look at that nade rip. That nade just went soaring right off. So yeah, use a damn well rolled primary. No excuses on that front. Or run double special. You can run double special. You make it work this season. Been running double special all season. You want to run Tinas with Cloud Strike? Yep. Yep. Just manage your ammo accordingly, though. You can do that. Yes. Just manage it accordingly. All right. So take out 3 Minotaurs. Exactly 3, not 4. 3. You're going to leave the 4th Minotaur alive. This will trick the boss into fighting the Minotaur for an endless amount of time. This will give you a respite on aggro, on enemy aggro, which means that the boss is less likely to target you, making your life very easy for dealing with blights. Pick up a relic, it speeds up taking down the blights. Take down all the blights bar one blight, the one I've showed you. You want to leave one blight up that you can see and shoot behind a building that I'm going to show you exactly where to stand. Let's get, like I said, if you watch this entire run, you are complete. You are a hypernet master. If you don't watch the full run, then you're not. Or it might be because you already know the information, so that's fine. But if you're somebody who doesn't know the information and you only watch 10 minutes, and then you go do your GM and then you die, oh damn, that's your fault, dude. You didn't invest yourself to watch the time and be patient with yourself on the video to watch the informations. Once you watch this will save you time in the long run. Short term it won't save you time because you've invested yourself into half an hour video. Yeah? But then you're complete for the entire week. I've saved you hours of farming, hours of strats. All I ask is you invest the time of half an hour to watch this video. You've watched the video. You're now fully complete in LFG runs or solo. Right, stand here. Get an arc turret down and a flashbang. The arc turret will not stun, but the flashbang will because it jolts. It jolts because of the fragment. Right, I get weak here. I overcommitted slightly. What should have done a little bit better is stun overload, kill, then run. But I stood my ground a little too long. But with good movement, yeah, we survive. Why? Because when your shields break, you need to double down on focus. The amount of times I've seen over the years where people say, oh, you nearly died at 21 minutes and 16 seconds. Yeah, I did. But I had the will and desire to stay alive. If a lot of Guardians, when their shields break, so does their will. And their motivation breaks and then they die. Countless times over the years that happens. Don't give in. You need a backbone. If your shields break, tap into that secondary movement and get your movement up and focus on staying alive, managing health. Yeah? Now, if you can't do that, it tells me you haven't stressed yourself enough in Destiny 2. You need to stress yourself and increase your skill up. Even D2 vets don't do it. There's still vets who have played 11 years and still don't have this skill of managing red bar health. You need to learn it. So for newer Guardians, don't be like the other Guardians who have played 11 years and some of them don't know how to do this skill. Once you start playing the game, learn that straight away. Set you off on the right front rather than being stubborn. Don't be stubborn. You've got to expect that sometimes your health will be red bar. That's why it goes red. That's the mechanic. Bungie's saying, hey, you need to manage your health. Your shield is broken. What do? It's in your hands. Your fate is in your hands. You need to make your own fate. You do that by exquisite movement. You'll learn movement by just watching solo players. If you want to learn how to solo, just watch solo players. You'll learn all the movement you would ever want. And that's all you have to do. Invest yourself into doing research and you'll get better at Destiny 2. Rather than just trying to do it on your own and trying to think that, oh, this will probably be the way. And then you go hours of failing and then you... Don't do that. Invest your own... Be patient with yourself and watch runs for longer duration. It saves you time in the end. Whereas you, on the short term, you're thinking, well, I don't want to watch this guy's 30-minute video. I only want to watch 7 minutes of it. Oh, well, you're doing yourself out of knowledge. That's your fault. But if you're an experienced Guardian and you already know a lot of the knowledge, well, that's fine in that case. But for newer players, it's not fine at all. It's a fallacy. It's wrong. Make sure you invest time into yourself by getting the information. Because everything's in this video is all self-containing, all one information. Same thing again. Kill 3 Minotaurs, leave 1 alive. You're going to pick up a relic, get rid of all of the rifts apart from 1. You're going to do the same strat, but you're going to use manipulation of AI, and you're going to stand behind that house right there, that Vex house. Big blue thing there. Well, they're all blue, but whatever. You're going to stand there, and the boss does not know you're here. It's like hide and seek, but you're playing in a different dimension. Get an Arcturus Dam, Rift, Flashbang Grenade, pick up your remaining relic, do damage to unstop, then super. Use your super, it's worth it. You'll get your super back, no problem. Yeah, use your super, and then now you want to check. The boss is still focused on the Minotaur. Check if there's any more Scions. You need to deal with them quickly. They become more of a problem if you leave them to duplicate. Boom, done, finished. There you go. Halfway to a super. Minotaur still alive up top. Yeah. Antonio Banderas is up top, fighting the damn Greek boss. And you can manipulate AI. This is all necessary stuff. Why do you need to kill him? All the craniums do all the damage in the world. Now look at the super regen. So you're going to do all the super, you're going to do all the damage with the cranium. Avoid the blights. Don't shoot them though. No need. I mean, you can whip out your LMG, shoot them and do it like that and stand your ground for sure. Do that. To be honest, you may as well do that because machine gun's non-factor now. I've got 307 bullets and I don't need them for anything. So yeah, you can. Definitely. Now I've got a super to finish the boss off. Same thing. Jump up in the sky. Don't be standing on the ground. You lose damage. Up in the air. Get him and hit his nose, top of his head. That was a solo GM on this. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.